House Dimir is a guild of intrigue and spies and subterfuge. They have information brokers, and they've definitely cultivated the idea that their agents are everywhere, even though they may not be. They are a guild of plans within plans within plans.
House Dimir they're very aware of the true power that knowledge possesses. And they are the ones that kind of work in the shadows through secret operatives who will have these long-term schemes that even members of the guild aren't even aware of. And so all these little, they'll have these independent cells of agents that will either sow dissent with the other guilds, spread disinformation, collect information by actually literally stealing thoughts out of people's minds. And they see a Ravnica that they can control by knowing everything and making sure that nobody else has the perfect picture of what's actually going on. There's this sense in Ravnica, particularly among the other guilds, that the Dimir are everywhere. And even though the Dimir might not have agents everywhere, they love the fact that they've cultivated this reputation. There's a certain paranoia about Dimir infiltration. And not all of it is untrue. So they will have spies and assassins kind of throughout the city working on these kind of long-term schemes. There's kind of a public-facing front of the Dimir, as they could be couriers and kind of information gatherers. But there's also there's a sense that there is an overt part of the guild, and there's also kind of a covert part of the guild. And even in that covert part, there are even deeper layers. And so the higher you get in the guild, it's essentially you're privy to more and more information. So the thing to remember about the guilds of Ravnica is that there is a magic that kind of binds them all together. That all the guilds had an original had a founder called a Perrin. And every one of these parents signed on to the Guild Pact, which is basically what made them official guilds. So even when you have a guild like the Dimir, which people are like, how does a guild like the Dimir exist? It's because when there was essentially this agreement signed more than 10,000 years ago, the Dimir were part of that. And so to a lot of the public, the Dimir do function as essentially couriers and information traders, but there is a more kind of nefarious layer to that of eventually they believe that their information is the foundation upon which they will build their own dominance of the plane. The playable races for Dimir are mostly humans, but there are other kind of more monstrous races that are also involved. So there are vampires that are drawn to the Dimir as well. And the type of player that I think the Dimir appeals to is somebody, first of all, who wants to be in the know. Somebody who wants to play a type of campaign that is about intrigue and is about doing the covert operations and is about there are rogues, assassin type players, and also even wizards who want to kind of have this sense of like shadowy type magic and using magic to augment kind of their self and make altering their self so they can using magic to disguise themselves, or using magic to pass unseen through different places. It's the idea of infiltration and extracting information. And a Dimir villain is pretty straightforward, right? A Dimir villain is the villain you don't necessarily see, but is lurking in the shadows. Dimir heroes might be the ones that are using the Dimir kind of apparatus to get information, either for themselves, but by consequence might help somebody else with that knowledge. If you're interested in playing a type of anti-hero, the Dimir also may appeal to you.
Thank you, Ari Levitch, for talking about Guildmaster's Guide to Ravnica. That book is available right now on dndbeyond.com. I'm Todd Kenrick, your host. Thank you so much for watching.